What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Momo. His opponent today in the blue color, going to be ecstatic about the map that he's seen, playing as Gaia. His name is Miracle. This is game number 4 of this best of 3. Best of 5 series, first to 3. So Miracle on match point, all he has to do is win one game right now and he's going to be in a fantastic position. So we are seeing the Midgard variant of competitive Mega Random. There is no cut in the water here as the water is completely open. So this map can spawn in 3 different ways. It can spawn with 1 bridge or it can spawn with 2 bridges. And what I mean by that is you can have a bridge over here, a bridge over here, or you could have that same bridge, but also a bridge over in the corner as well. So bridges on the corners as well. But this one, no bridge at all. And if we take a look at how much fish is on the map, plenty of fish around here, plenty of hunt as well. So this is the thing that I really, really like over like Midgard or Mediterranean, the competitive Mega Random gives the option of, is that on a water map, competitive Mega Random spawns a ton of food. So that allows players who don't want to go hard onto the water to actually have an option to go a little bit on land as well. If you lose the water, you can jump onto land, eat the food, and you're actually not going to be as far behind as you would be on a Midgard or on a Mediterranean where there's not as much food that spawns. So that's a cool idea as well. We are seeing something interesting here from Momo. I think he's trying to just eat one cow at a time by leaving these cows over here, but he needs to pull that cow in. Pull the cow in fast, my friend. Alrighty. So we'll see what Miracle's going to be doing here. So now, the big thing about water maps is that if you don't play the water map in a meta fashion, you have to have a really good reason not to. So the reason can't be, oh, I'm just kind of doing whatever I want to do. You have to really have a good reason to not play meta. Because if you don't play meta, an 1800 level player can look like a 1600 level player against a player who is playing meta. So what that means is the best way to actually start here with Zeus, we'll talk about Zeus first and then we'll talk about Gaia. So the best way to play with Zeus is to basically just go for a 5:15 advance time with somewhere between 18 and 21 fishing ships, somewhere between 3 and 4 docks, and then get per scene straight away, play very defensive. The best way to play Gaia, on the other hand, is to actually, you can go 5:15 here as well. There are builds that make that happen, but the easier way to do it, and I would argue the better way to do it, is to go 4:30, put 1 villager on gold, the rest on wood, make yourself the 3 to 4 docks, spam fishing ships out, and you're still going to be getting yourself 18 to 21 fishing ships at the 5:15 to 5:30-ish mark, but you get the earlier per scene, so you make up for that lack of that reduction in, or that less amount of food income. And then you just kind of play the game out with the super strong economy. You can make your bareems, harass your opponent if you want. You can go on the land, do that if you want, and see how it's going to go. And we are seeing the 4:30 here for Miracle, and he is indeed putting just the 1 villager on the gold here. Is he still making fishing ships? Yes, he is. And is he going to throw down extra docks is the big question. Now, the weakness, we're seeing I don't like Leto here. I do think that going Oceanus, he's putting the villager on gold. No! Oh, I thought he was doing the right move. Okay, so the weakness, there is a significant weakness here or a significant bonus here to going Oceanus. And the bonus is the Caladria is actually huge. It allows an Atlantean player to raid with their Bareem, take damage underneath the dock in order to get the raid off, pull back, use the Caladria to heal the ship that was attacked, and then continue the pressure. Not to mention also getting the Carnivora is a big deal as well, as more fishing ships are coming out onto this corner of the map here. You can see that Momo's going actually up through Athena right now. And the question is Momo's actually only going 12 fishing ship with a relatively fast Athena here. He does have some docks down on the corners, still going to be pumping those fishing ship out. And the question is he going for a land rush here, or is he going to be going for a for more of a fast mythic type play. So I guess with all that being said, the Leto does make some sense because it allows him to defend his town center a little bit. We will be seeing Gaia Forest getting dropped down. We see the spider eggs getting dropped onto this position as well. Does he have himself Perseine? Yes, he does already have Perseine, but only 11 fishing ships as Bareem are starting to be coming out here. And this is a little bit disappointing here from Miracle. You can definitely find yourself with a huge advantage playing Gaia, spamming fishing ships out. It's very, very strong. I think that Atlantean players on the water maps are a little bit behind the 8-ball compared to where Norse players, Egyptian players, and Greek players are currently playing. Some Atlantean players do play these maps correctly, I must say. So it's just a little bit of a learning experience here for some of the more, some of the more kind of learning Atlantean players, I would say. As now the Minotaur going to be looking for a little bit of a raid over here. Given that we already do have an automaton, though, the raids from a Minotaur probably not going to be that good because the automaton's a really, really nice defense. But it does seem like said automaton is somewhere else. It's looking for some assistance with the Bareems. And this Minotaur is going to get a little bit of an advantage over here to get some damage done. We might see Miracle building an automaton out of this location as the military barracks does get denied here. As this citizen actually very, very far away from a location that is safe here, as the Bareem is going to be taking down the Katoska boss, but the citizen not going to be able to escape this one right now. 9 HP, 7 HP. Will it get back into the town center? It looks like it's going to be able to make it, actually, as the Minotaur getting awfully close to it, and it doesn't quite. A little bit sad there, but what can you do? A little bit sad, but what can you do? There's the Minotaur attacking the villagers right now as the Mamilo does pop out. Hero Mamilo gets created. Citizen will need to retreat away here as the Bareem hanging out on this location. We do have ourselves 4 Trireme here, but 4 Trireme versus 4 Bareem. That's going to be a win for the Trireme. Nice micro from Momo to retreat. Nice micro from Miracle to notice that ship retreating and just pulling back. Momo with tons of food in the bank right now. He's at 15 fishing ships, which is a fine amount. 18 is the preferred amount, but he's going to be able to advance to the heroic age very, very shortly here. Now, this map here doesn't have any of those juicy... Oh, it does have a gazelle pack, though. Where is the gazelle pack for... So there is a gazelle pack over here. So going Dionysus and eating those gazelle with your Hydra is a way forward here for Momo to have a really, really strong play. But he is dropping himself down. Military Academy stable here. So I'm not exactly sure what that's for if he's deciding to stay in the classical age. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense because the heroic age, whereas normally the heroic age doesn't give you a boost to your food economy, going to the heroic age with fish does, because you can get Sultan 4 and you can get a ton of resources extra from that. As we do see the Bareem's able to take down 1 Trireme here. They're getting a little bit antsy here, moving too far forward. Against Atlantean, just playing defensively is the name of the game. As the Mamilo coming out for Miracle, going to be searching for something to attack. We are seeing some Trireme moving forward from Momo on the top side of the map, going to look to harass some fishing ship here of Miracle, who is currently struggling for the food quite considerably, and that is simply because he hasn't fished up these locations just yet. I mean, you just got to do it. You get channels. Get yourself channels and then send your citizen over there. You move fast. It's worth it. But the ship's now moving back for Momo. Going to have to sit underneath this dock here. Do we see some units being built for Momo? Kind of. The wood is very, very exposed over here as the villagers are going to be getting pulled off to target this one down. We do have a handful of units coming in. There's going to be a couple of kills here for Miracle, as Momo actually should not... He probably should be running here as he's going to lose 2 villagers. Those Mamilo can now retreat away from this location, but deciding to take that fight a little bit longer here. The automaton over here still not kind of doing all too much as the Bareem chasing those Trireme away. As Miracle's got himself 12 Bareem here to put some real good pressure onto Momo. If Momo was in the heroic age right now, he'd have a Dionysus, he'd have a Skylar out, he'd have his Hydra out to defend. Definitely was an option here as Miracle now getting himself Quarry through. He's going to have a huge amount of economy to play with as the Trireme push in here. We do have 7 Bareem, which should be enough to deal with those Trireme here. And Miracle are going to be happy about dealing with those. as he's still putting pressure onto this position, picks off a fishing ship. But what have we got? 9 Bareem here versus 5 Trireme and a dock. This is probably a better chance for Momo to win because he's got the defender's advantage here, as those Bareems do manage to take down those Trireme. He's going to be moving forward with those ships, pulling back on this location, looking for some more raids with his Murmillo here. As he's got plenty of those. He could also think about getting himself, if he has the resources, Bite. Oh no, he didn't go Oceania, so not getting Bite of the Shark. It's one of those crazy good technologies with the 20% bonus, as the Minotaur does pop out here. Going to be getting some good damage done onto this location here, as Momo's got himself so much favor in the bank. He can actually get Bull Minotaur here as well, as he's got 489 wood in the bank in order to make those Minotaur only 150 food and also buff them up, as we will be seeing probably some automatons coming through for Momo as well. As honestly, Momo could probably stick it out in this classical age a little bit here if he wants to go mass Minotaur, get himself some town centers, and then go for a gold staff, as we are seeing Miracle getting himself his own second town center. The Bareem pushing in on this side, 7 Bareem over here looking to push through, but there are a handful of Trireme here. If Momo's paying attention, he's going to be able to take these down relatively fast, and he does decide to do that. Momo going to be retreating away, but does lose a Trireme there for free, basically. But he's now bringing the rest of his ships in here to deal with Miracle's Bareems, getting out of there, no problems. As Momo now sitting in the middle of the map with his army looking for something to attack. The villagers are onto this gold mine though, and things are scary right now for Miracle. This gold mine, very, very open, as we see Labyrinth of Minos coming through right now. Labyrinth of Minos is a huge technology to be grabbing to spam those Minotaur out. And one thing that Momo might want to try here is just getting rid of his Trireme. Stop building Trireme and pressuring this gold mine over here. He doesn't know it's there. He doesn't have a Pegasus. He doesn't have a Kataskopos, but he is going to be making his way over here. There are four spider lairs, but one of those low HP Hippocon does get hit. There's a low HP Hoplite over here he could sacrifice into this position as well, as we do see some hero Mamillo getting created here, as the tower is going to get taken down very, very quickly before the units decide to continue this fight. Momo going to be deciding to retreat away. He does drop the spider lair on top of that gold mine over there, as Momo has to retreat back here, as Momo's economy is starting to pick up its pace right now. The town center is up. Build a dock. It's never too late to get more fishing ships, ladies and gentlemen. It's never too late. When you think about what building 6 fishing ship is like, it's like having an extra town center for 2 minutes or something like that. If you get 6 fishing ships, it's like having an extra town center for 2 minutes. It's super worth it. As the hoplites continuing to push in here, we will be seeing restoration getting used on this position to push those units back. Momo doesn't have himself medium infantry just yet. He's just making himself hoplites out of that one location there. We see a bolt onto that hero Mamillo, as are more Minotaurs getting trained? Yes, they are. Plenty of Minotaurs going to be moving in onto this position, which is definitely going to be a difficult thing for Miracle to deal with, though Miracle can make those automatons. He's just deciding to go with the hero Mamillo in this game instead, which maybe is a little bit of a mistake here, as the units getting taken down quite nicely for Miracle at this point. But the Minotaur, you need to micro these Minotaur. The Minotaur are slow. You just attack the closest unit to them, and that's the best way to play. As soon as you use the special ability, attack something closer. Otherwise, they're just kind of walking around, not doing anything in these fights here, as Miracle seems to be holding this position quite nicely here. Those hero Mamillo have managed to deal with the Bull Minotaur nicely, and Momo's push here gets absolutely dealt with incredibly easily. Nice play from Miracle, as we're now seeing the Odysseus coming in to help out, and basically mass Mamillo in this army is too much for Momo to push through. Momo dropping down to 87 population here. Where have those Triremes gone? They are all taken out. Momo's got Bareems in his base. He's got himself 2 town centers, 130 population. The Minotaur are continuing here, as now Momo has dropped down from what was once 1,000 food down to 0 food, basically, as he's trying to make these Bull Minotaur work here. As the hero Momilo continuing to come through onto this position, continuing to convert those here, as we are seeing the Minotaur running away over here, doing a nice job of distracting that one hero Momilo, as more hero Momilo are able to finish off more of these Bull Minotaur, but there's still plenty of Minotaur here getting good damage done. Now we've got the medium infantry. We're also seeing Toxotes come through to deal with these Murmillos. There's no Terma in this army to stop them, so nice decision there from Momo, as Miracle has to retreat back, and now it's looking scary for Miracle now. Miracle's got all of these Bareems that he's been trained that are basically useless. He's getting himself the 3rd town center, and he's got an exposed gold mine. So he's got 900 gold in the bank. He does have a gold mine over here he can kind of go to as an option, as units moving over that, over those spider lairs there, as Momo can now think about taking down the military barracks here, taking down everything else. We will be seeing a couple of units getting eaten here. No real problems there for Momo. He's got plenty of resources. He's got himself his 3rd town center up now as well, so he's going to have access to 145 population to continue this pressure, as the Bareem are going to be pushing forward to get some harass onto the food economy of Momo. Momo's got a hunt on the map that he can go for, as well as we do see a Gaia forest getting dropped here, as the citizen moving over onto the food here to try and get more units out, trying to continue this pressure. He's got Miracle does have 50 favor in the bank, so he can be making hero units at this point as well. Where is the population for Miracle though right now? He's got himself only 5 hero Murmillo on this position, as Momo's army looks to be way too strong. We've got himself 8 Bareem over here, which is 16 population, which is a lot right now, as Miracle does manage to get himself his 3rd town center here, as the Minotaur pushing in onto this position. The Citizen are going to be making a break for it. They do have channels, so they are speedy, move very, very fast. They've been doing their lunges daily in order to make sure they can run at that top speed here. Now the scary thing is, not only do you have Zeus Hoplites, but you also have Bull Minotaur. And Bull Minotaur, they've got 10 crush damage. So they're going to be able to tear down town centers like it's nothing. We are going to be seeing Masons getting researched by Miracle, as well as Watchtowers. Miracle sitting at 115 of 145 population, however, which is really not enough here, as that Bull Minotaur is getting just doing work here in this game, as Miracle has got full population. He can decide to go wherever he wants. We see this Minotaur has spotted this gold mining operation over here, as Momo is going to be making his way over here with the rest of his army. Miracle has to retreat away from that spot. He can move over onto this gold mine as well if he wants to attempt to sneak that one, as we are seeing, for some reason, plow and farms being made here, as there's like plenty of food on the map that Momo could be eating. Obviously the farms are a little bit safer, but does slow him down quite a bit, as we are seeing Miracle now going to try and sneak this gold mine. If one doesn't work, try again, as we do see these citizens making their way over onto this gold mine over here, but Momo is already over here. So this might give away that Miracle is on this gold mine, but as he's moved over here, this is kind of smart, because this one's probably not going to get spotted here, as Miracle is continuing to try and hold here. These Bareem getting some good fishing ship kills. Miracle not paying attention. He could be taking out all of these fishing ships, which is a big problem, as we will be seeing the citizens retreating away. Still not checking out this gold mine though, as Miracle is going to be coming up on 125 population, still trying to get some good damage done with these Momilo, but he's not got the units right now to deal with much here, as the Citizen do pull back. I don't know what he can do. He needs gold. He could jump onto this gold mine now or something like this, as now the units can make their way over onto this town center to tear this one down very, very simply here, as the units on the front are going to be getting dealt with. Momo going to be getting himself medium cavalry as well, but Momo's army on the warpath right now. This town center is not long for the world, even if it does have Masons. These are still Minotaur. These are still Hoplites. The Citizen are going to be trying to come onto this gold mine. I like that Miracle is doing this, because this kind of shows Momo that Miracle is desperate for more gold, but it doesn't give away that Momo's on this gold mine over here, as the towns are going to get torn down, which is going to be a reduction in the population by quite a bit. We see the Hippocon getting pulled off. You're going to try and take down those Carabalista over here, as the Carabalista will be able to destroy those 2 hoplites incredibly fast here, as the Hippocon do get dealt with nicely. Momo happy about that one here, as those Hippocon are basically they're getting good damage done, basically, to deal with those Caraballister, but they're getting dealt with nicely by those Momillos. So good play here from Miracle, but the Town Center will eventually fall here to the Bull Minotaur. It's a slow death, but a death nonetheless, as we do see. One hero Momillo might be enough to push in and prevent the Town Center from going down, as Momo now having to advance to, well, now able to advance, I should say, to the heroic age through Apollo. He still feels like he's got some sort of a gold starve going on here, but Miracle has got the gold income, just not enough of it, and he could be on this gold mine as well if he so chose. Just take these villages and start mining this gold over here. See some more military buildings dropping onto this location over here as the pressure is still mounting onto these Caraballister. The Toxoid is getting some good damage done as the Momillo heroes coming through. Miracle is at 145 of 145 population though, so he has managed to get his population up as the village is moving forward onto this hunt over here, looking for some raids onto Momo's resources. We see one trireme getting some damage done, but Miracle garrisons nicely. Going to deal with that one. No problem here as Momo's still trying to put this pressure on. We'll see where that underworld is going to be of use. He's getting himself Aegis shield again here. Is he going to go back over to the town center? Yes, he is. He's got himself 7 hoplites with only 700 HP remaining. Should be enough to deal with that town center there, unless Miracle's got something he can do there. Momo does pull back his villages as the raid from Miracle is being received. That hurts just a little bit there. And 500 HP remaining in this town center here. We see the Caraballister moving over here, going to get some good damage done onto this town center. It's getting close to falling. It will stay alive for just a little bit longer here, it seems, as Momo does not have the units in this position just yet to make that damage work here. It does bring a Minotaur over to try and defend this location. The hero Momillo going to deal with this Minotaur, but not quite going to be enough to really stop this this pressure over here, as the town center is now at 150 HP. The hero Momillos are getting dealt with as well over here. Town center still staying alive by the nick of by a very small amount here, as Thea has managed to be researched by Miracle, as he is staying alive by just the edge of a string right now. It's such a tight game here with such weaknesses in Miracle's position. He's only got 1,000 gold left in this gold mine. But Momo not putting the pressure onto all the gold mines right now, allowing this gold to be getting gathered. And Momo's gonna see this with 3,000 gold left, and he's gonna have to shake his head and just be like, how did I allow this right now? But it's still even in a way here, so Momo's not out of the game by any stretch of the imagination. Still eating boar on the front here. Such a kind of disrespectful choice here from Momo, able to grab that, no problems. But it does seem like the Barim have dealt with the majority of the fishing ship of Momo, but Momo's at 80 villages, and now we see Hera coming through. The villagers getting taken out on that location now, and with only a little bit of gold left on this gold mine, Miracle's going to have some issues to deal with, because Lightning Storm over here, and this is the kind of only gold mine left for Miracle if after this one gets taken down, as we do see the gold villages here getting dealt with, as a handful of Momillo are able to target this one down. More Momillo going to be coming in onto this position to get some good raids onto Momo. Momo doesn't have a whole lot of resources remaining. He is dropping a fortress down onto this position, as well as the manor does get dealt with. The citizen inside of that manor are going to be making a break for it. They are speedy citizens there, so they're going to get away, no problems. Back to the town center, we see some villagers moving in onto this position to grab this gold mine for himself, as the villagers have to retreat back into the main base after that little cheeky raid there. Hera's 56% of the way forward. We do see the Miracle citizens making an incredibly strong move here to put a palace down on this position to grab the gold mine for themselves, and Momo here grabs the forward gold mine, but there is still the weakness of this town center. This fortress palace can only hold, I believe it's 8 units, so a big pressure onto that position could be a difficulty there, as we are seeing the units now pushing in over here. The Stymphalian bird overhead. Miracles at 138 of 125 population, having lost that that one mana there, as the town center does get repaired all the way back up, as the villagers do come over here to eat the boar on this position. Architects on the way now for Miracle. Fortified town centers as well come through. And the Hera is in, but whenever you see someone going through Hera, the best way to play it is to make sure you don't have any real glaring weaknesses in your position, and then just split your army up. And that way you can be fine. We do see double palace onto this position as Miracle realizes how important that gold mine is. It's now Momo is going to be targeting this town center down. He's got 2 Minotaur. He's got himself his Medusa. Is he making Heliopolite? Not just yet. That's a very, very important unit. He's getting himself fortified town centers. It doesn't look like it. Drops the lightning storm onto this position to start targeting this down, but there's not really that many units here. This is a super low value lightning storm being cast here. Miracle doesn't even drop down below 144 population, as Miracle has managed to defend beautifully here, as he's now taking down this town center on this position with his destroyers, and Momo's in a difficult position. He does have himself Underworld, so he can use that to defend this this town center if he so chooses, but the destroyers are going to continue moving in here. We will be seeing the Medusa getting taken down there, but does get one special ability off before it all goes south, as the Minotaur do make their way over onto this position. Still no Heliopolis being made by Momo, as Miracle trying to defend here. He does get some hero artistry to deal with these Bull Minotaurs. Definitely the right choice here, given the Bull Minotaurs have got 55% pierce armor, 60% hack armor, so they will get the most damage done. But we do see some units pushing in here, as the Stymphalian birds are going to be able to take them out relatively fast. More destroyers coming in onto this position, trying to take this town center down. The medium destroyers getting taken down relatively fast, but Momo's town center is going to be falling very quickly here if this pressure continues here. As what can Momo really do here? Is he going to have to underworld this position? I'm not sure. I feel like he should have attacked the gold mine here, but the town center going to live here. It's got 200 HP remaining. There is no fortified town centers. There is no masons here. So the town center gets taken down incredibly fast here, as the Stymphalian birds flying overhead doing tons of damage to Momo's units, as it seems like, I mean, this archery range over here getting taken down, the town center getting taken down. Oh, we see this Juggernaut moving forward here, as Miracle notices that the town center is in range of the water. This is going to be pretty brutal. One of the huge weaknesses of Atlantean is the water situation. Now, you can throw a palace up over here, and that's going to be able to defend the majority of this, but the fire siphons, not fire siphons, the, what are they called? The fire ships are really, really weak. As we do see a Heliopolis now making its way over onto this location, a palace getting dropped down over here. The pressure has resolved itself now that some Hypaspis come in, as stray units getting taken out. The destroyers are going to swing around here and attempt to continue putting the pressure onto this town center, but now the town center of Miracle is getting dealt with. Another Juggernaut is coming in. This does not have the naval ox abilities. He needs naval ox abilities. It does cost a lot of resources. Momo does have 74 population here. He's got this Heliopolis kind of queued up here, as the town center is trying to get taken down. This is architects and fortified town center, so it does take a hot minute for it to go down. But right now, Miracle's finding himself with a slight advantage, but he doesn't have the units now to deal with the Hypaspis. He has to kind of make some Contarius to go with this, as he does pull the units back, and the destroyers are now going to swing in to try and take the town center down. But Momo smart enough there, does notice that one, as the town center is still getting taken out. We've got more units moving in onto this position. The Stymphalian birds flying overhead. We've got some Dryads coming in. Miracle's problem right now that is about to become apparent is now he is out of gold yet again, as he didn't start a trade route, and he's out of gold. So what's he going to do? What's he going to do? He's going to lose all his units. He's going to have to move his citizen over here, probably go for this gold mine on the front, but that's only got 3,000 gold in it. And Momo's got units already over here to start harassing this gold mine. So we'll see how that's going to go here as more Heliopolis moving onto this position. But it does look like Miracle is able to hold this position here. Momo's going to be losing this gold mine or finishing out on this gold mine fairly soon. He's got this gold mine as well. Both players not going for any trade in this game here, which is very, very dangerous as they're both going to run out of gold in probably the next couple of minutes here. This is tough. This is tough to predict right now. Both these players in a very, very equal position. Obviously, this location here, very, very dangerous as the gold mine is exposed, but a palace coming up is going to be enough to defend this one as the Hypaspis sitting on this town center over here as Momo attempting to defend on this position over here. The Stymphalian birds getting taken down by the Odysseus. Nice pullback from Miracle, but good job from Momo to pick up a couple of those before he can start taking down these Dryads. The Heliopolis popping out for Momo as well here as he is doing his darnest to hold on to this location. As we do see the marker getting taken down, the Hypaspis coming in onto this location, though, we'll be able to deal with these destroyers incredibly easy. The palace could be used to help take these units out, but it's currently attacking an archery range here. There he goes, decides to retarget that one. We see another palace coming up. You've got to be making Contarius right now against those Hypaspis, as now Momo sees an option to attack a different location. Going to come over here and destroy this palace. There's 2,400 gold left in here. There is no market, no trade being built by Miracle. He needs to make some trade. The Juggernauts coming in to take out these locations, getting some good damage done. Now the Heliopolis taking this location down, and now we see the destroyers going after the town center yet again. Only one Hypaspis over here, as there's a ton of destroyers here, 9 destroyers to take this location down, as the units pushing forward going to try and clean up this fortress and get this gold mine for himself. There's only 355 gold in that gold mine, and I don't think that Miracle has quite realized how important this position is, as he's going to be losing that palace. He might take this town center down, but at what cost if he has no gold left to be holding on? And these destroyers are relatively useless at dealing with the army, which Momo's got right now. Momo going to be taking down these citizens as well, preventing that gold mine from being grabbed. This fortress going to be going down. He might make a move on to this gold mine, but this gold mine's only got 700 gold left in it. Momo's got no trade. Miracle's got no trade. Both players are going to be out of gold in the very near future here, as the palace does actually manage to come up on this location after Momo does clean that one up. And will we see some citizen coming onto this gold mine or not, as Miracle might be starting to simply sell resources? If we check that out, we do have decent amounts that he can sell for, 55, 61, in order to continue in this game. But I mean, Miracle's only at 22 villages. You might want to start fishing ships again to get some more food coming through. We see the Heliopolis moving onto this position. But look, if Momo gets this gold mine, that's another 2,400 gold that he has. And he's going to be in a fine position here as the villagers continuing to grab their resources, get that wood back to get his third town center back here. This does give Miracle some time here as we see the villagers being spotted in the middle of the map. Going to be hitting a big raid on that one. That's going to be preventing the town center from coming up anytime soon here. But the Stymphalian birds getting targeted down now by the Odysseus here, as they're both going to fall. That's a very big key unit that is important here, as the gold mine going to get grabbed now by Miracle, desperately clinging at the last remnants of gold in this game. Miracle starting his trade route finally. Where is it coming from? It's coming from the corner to this town center. He's only got channels because he's only in the heroic age, but that's still channels, so it's still some decent trade to come through. Momo now starting his own trade route as well, with only 2 donkey caravans out at this point. The army fighting here, but it does look like Momo's army is winning fairly handedly on this position. Momo's gold now starting to struggle, is about out of gold on this position. Going to have to come over here. And so too will Miracle be out of gold. Both players with a very low amount of resources in the bank here. Miracle can sell that wood, though, that he's got for gold here. So that's an idea. And definitely Arcus, Contarius, some sort of those units, less of those destroyers at this point seems like a good idea, as the villagers are going to be searching forward for the gold mine that's over here, but there's no gold that is on that position here. Miracle's got next to no food economy, as the citizen are searching desperately for a gold mine, but there is nothing over here as the villagers jumping onto these berries on this position. This is the only gold mine left on the map. Both players with next to 0 gold in their bank here, as Miracle not selling his wood is a disastrous turn of events. I thought, oh, he does sell just a little bit of it here, maybe, but he needs to be getting back up to population here, preventing this town center from going up and seeing what he can do. We're really seeing some citizen getting taken down. They could have been much better spent making farms here. A little trick you can do if you're really, really short and you want to really maximize your economy is you put a market on both of these town centers, and then you drop the trade off, retask the trade route, and then you can get double your trade route. But it's a very micro intensive, and it might be an idea here as we do see the citizen darting for this gold mine here, as Miracle is very desperate to get as much gold as he possibly can, as he's sending some more units through here to try and defend this one. More citizen coming in onto this position. Momo's sending all of his units in here. Momo's at 130 population. Miracle is at 130 population as well. I don't think that Miracle realizes how low the gold of Momo is right now, and that he can just spam units and he doesn't even need this gold mine as his citizen getting taken out. He needs those citizen kind of on wood trading right now, but Momo able to take those villages down. We are seeing some units now coming back onto this military academy here, some destroyers to take out the buildings that are there, as we do see some Arcus in on this position, able to deal with those units of Momo nicely. We've got some decent armory upgrades for both players at copper weapons here, as the citizen retreating back home here, and the Arcus doing all of that good juicy damage onto this position. We will be seeing some Murmillo getting taken down as well. The Manticore able to take down some units here as well, helping out nicely. Momo doesn't have access to a myth unit that doesn't cost gold here, so that's a bit of a problem for him, so he can't just make those. And Momo's trade route, 8 donkey caravans. Miracle not training llama caravans anymore. He's starting another market up. Miracle needs to be up to his 20 llama caravans. I'm surprised he's not. He's got tons of food in the bank. These villagers making their way forward onto this wood line over here. There's plenty of wood all over the map here, but the units here for Miracle retreating back. Momo's got himself 120 of 120 population. He's pushing forward. He finds the citizen here with his army. He can start taking those down if he's paying attention, but and he does spot those, as those have to retreat back. And Miracle is in complete disarray right now, not able to make this transition happen as well, starting those llama caravans as fast as he humanly can. Momo, though, his trade route starting strongly. He's got he's keeping population at 130 population, slowly getting more and more of those caravans. He could move forward and get this gold mine for himself. He's grabbing his town center now. Going to get back up to 3 town centers here, as it seems like Momo's economy is starting to look fairly well set up here, as the Manticore does move forward. Going to be able to take down the Miracle Arcus here as well. We see the citizen getting taken down for Miracle in the main base, as Momo is all over him. These citizens looking for wood to be chopped, as they do find this location in the top corner. It's probably not going to be spotted there for Momo anytime soon. And this town center also very, very low HP, in range of water. Every single one of these town centers is in range of water for siege ships here, but neither player noticing it at this point here, as the Manticore taking down some more units as well. We do see the Odysseus coming in, taking down some llama caravans here, as they're not yet fast enough to dodge the arrows of an Odysseus here. Once they get their full speed boost channels, and obviously Miracle not in the mythic age here, they can do some good stuff, but until that time arrives, it's not able to really make that happen. It's now got 11 llama caravans out for Miracle. Still not enough to really support his army here, as more Manticore coming in, dealing with these units. We do see that the hoplites actually have spotted this wood chopping operation going on here, as the villagers have to retreat back for Miracle. He's getting wood starved at this point, that there is wood over here that you could potentially grab, but he has to pull back for the time being. And it looks to me like Momo is starting to get a decent economy going. His market is fine. He didn't choose to grab this gold mine, which is a bit of a question mark maneuver here from Momo, but it's fine, as we see the units pushing in, taking out kind of everything. There's not any fortresses up anymore for Momo. He's drawn down some docks, and this looks to me like Momo realizes the town center a problem here, or not only just town center problem, but also the market problem, is you can deny trade here as well. Still no attempt for Momo at getting naval abilities. He does have the wood now, just needs some gold. Currently hit 0 gold though, as he has to wait for those donkey caravans to get, donkey caravans to get to their location here. As the villagers do make their way back over onto this wood line here, trying to chop down all of that and get all that economy coming through. Miracle's slowly starting to climb up on population, able to deal with the Manticore. Momo's still without fortified town centers in this game, so it's still incredibly close here. As, wait, Shaft Mine coming through for Momo? Huh? The 34-minute, 55-second Shaft Mine with only 2,000 gold left, which you're not mining? Someone answer this question for me. Maybe Momo's going to get that and then move on to the gold mine. But Shaft Mine does not increase your donkey caravan gather rate. It does not. Not at all. Anyways, Ark is trying to do the darnest here as the Manticore pushing forward. Miracle retreating back. We will see some Arcus getting taken out here as the Bull Minotaur will indeed be finished off. As we see some side builds now coming down for Momo. Still no attempt at making those naval abilities. The Citizen coming back over onto this wood line as we're seeing Miracle's other wood line getting grabbed here. There's plenty of wood in the middle of the map as well. But the Citizen just simply cannot get onto that position. So right now, Miracle's got himself a ton of idle Citizen here that need to be chopping wood. He doesn't have any more Gaia forests. He's chopped all of his Gaia forests down. He does. Oh, there's a wood line over here. Just come over here, my friend. There's Miracle now coming back up to 149 of 160 population. 20 llama caravans right now. Plenty of gold income, I would say. He's got himself 25 Citizens, 7 fishing ships, but the pressure's still mounting as Miracle needs to find another way in. But he does make himself the 8 destroyers coming in onto this town center right now. Momo does just send his Hippaspis forward here, but the town center is going to be getting taken out yet again. We've got ourselves 9 destroyers here to take this one down. 2 Hippaspis, no population in the bank for Momo, and it looks like Miracle will be able to kill off yet another town center here with just his medium destroyers. We'll see if it's going to go down. It should be relatively close though, with all the villagers repairing fortified town centers. No masons. We see Athenian wall coming in, which will be a bit of a help. Meanwhile, the unit's still attacking this location, going after that trade route here, as Miracle is saying, I just got to take this town center down, but it seems like the destroyers are not going to be enough. Have to pull back 3 Hippaspis remaining, and that's going to be enough to put a stop to that raid there. I'm not sure why Miracle feels the necessity to continue going after that town center when really everything should be about him getting to the heroic, to the mythic age right now, and getting more upgrades out. But he's not getting the upgrades. He's spamming everything in units, and Momo is going to get closer and closer to be setting up on a location to get some good damage down. Now the Otisius can sit here and fling arrows at these Citizen if he so chooses, because that's the wood line that Miracle's on right now. And we do see a fortress getting thrown up on this location here to take down this this town center. As we see more of these donkey caravans pushing through, and there's the naval abilities for Momo. It takes 37 minutes for him to realize, but he can kill off both town centers with some siege ships, and so too can Miracle. But there we go. Miracle does decide that he's probably lost here. His trade route kind of a little bit weak, not managing to get where it needs to. His trade route actually getting taken out over here, but he's just not able to get a decent footing in this game after all the gold is gone. But what an incredibly close almost throw here from Momo, managing to bring this to a game number 5. There was several moments here where Momo could have finished this game off, but he decided his decisions were incorrect, and there was plenty of opportunities here where Miracle could have won this game as well, but just not able to make it happen here. My golly gosh, if you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.